My name is Heidi, and I'm a Spanish professor at Drury University. I specialize in modern literature from Spain, and I work particularly with 19th century Gothic and naturalist fiction. I also have a secondary specialization in 19th and 20th century American literature, and so I'm really interested in cross-cultural studies. I've always loved to read, and my first real experiences with other cultures were through the books I read as a young child, and then growing up throughout school. I also love to travel, and I first started traveling through the United States with my grandparents and parents as a young child, and I've been to roughly 40 of the states so far. This love of travel, which was really fostered in me at a very young age, became even more developed when I was in high school, and I had the opportunity to go to Spain for 2.5 weeks with my high school class. We did a short homestay in Toledo, and I decided then that I really wanted to study abroad during college, and I did. I lived and studied at the University of Valladolid, Spain, and that experience is what ultimately made me decide to continue on for a master's and a PhD in Spanish literature. When I was living there, I traveled throughout Europe, and I've been back numerous times, and since then, I've been to more than 20 countries in Latin America, Europe, and Asia. And each time I go somewhere new, I'm reminded truly of what a tremendous asset it is to be able to speak multiple languages. By not having to rely on interpreters, you can more fully absorb yourself in the local culture, and you can speak with people that you might not normally get the chance to interact with, which makes the experience that much more fulfilling. For university students today, the study of languages is incredibly useful, and it's also highly marketable. In the classes I teach here, I always make sure that students realize that language and culture are inseparable, and I emphasize this in many different ways. So for instance, every day as students walk into the classroom, I play a different genre of music from a Spanish-speaking country. I do anything from traditional music to indie, rock, pop, folk, electronic, hip-hop. This allows students to participate in an aspect of the culture of the particular country we're studying in class. And it also encourages them to find new music that maybe they might not have known about otherwise. In my culture-specific classes, I always make use of technology, in particular, to give students a more detailed perspective of what life is like in other countries. So I use things like Google Street View, YouTube, 360-degree panoramic photography, and a lot of other resources that are available to us to give students a virtual trip through these countries so that they can explore these places and get as close to a real-life experience as possible. These days, we really like to talk about global awareness. And I truly believe that nothing can prepare students more for life in a global community than the study of languages. It is not only a valuable skill on the job market, but also intrinsically in a very personal sense. It opens you to travel. It opens you to speaking with other people who you normally wouldn't be able to communicate with, to learning about other customs, other ways of life. And aside from being able to communicate effectively, language offers the eye-opening experience of being able to more wholly appreciate and understand other cultures. And it also fosters empathy and personal growth, all of which is key to life in a global community. If the humanities is, at its heart, the study of what it is to be human, then language is at the very foundation of the humanities, because it allows us to communicate with each other and with other people around the world, and to take part in the ways that other people live. Language breaks down barriers, and it builds confidence and trust. And these are skills that are applicable both at home and abroad. And they're skills that are highly sought after in today's global community.